terms. It's called Saving the Cat, based on a book called Save the Cat, in which screenwriters are taught, on page 9 or so, in the first 15 minutes of your movie, your protagonist needs to save a cat or something. They need to do something kind or something good. And the audience will engage with them at that point. They will identify. They will want for that person to succeed at that point. It's the most common ground we have probably is we watch The Office, right? The American version of The Office. Yeah, and Michael is like this bumbling idiot, right? Do you remember the episode at the end of which, the episode focuses on Michael, at the end of which Michael goes to Pam's art gallery opening? Do you remember that one? And he's the only one who shows up, and then he buys a painting from her, and he hangs it in the office, you know? Everybody loves that episode, and we all love Michael, because you know why they have that in that episode? They needed Michael to save a cat. If he doesn't do something good, people are going to turn on this episode. And literally, you would sit there and you'd watch it and you'd say, you know, The Office isn't as good as it used to be. And you wouldn't know why. But the reason is Michael didn't save the cat. And it's true in our lives, too. If we sacrifice of our success a little bit for the benefit of other people, our story gets better. And I mean our story gets better because we're telling a great story to the world, and it gets better because we're actually living inside of a better story. The best example I've seen of saving the cat is in the latest rendition of the movie Rocky. Rocky is not a very good movie. I don't recommend seeing it. But the Save the Cat scenes are unbelievable. It's like Rocky 37, right? Rocky plays a 93-year-old man who wants to be heavyweight champion of the world. And in the first 30 minutes of the movie, all Rocky does is save the cat. He has an Italian restaurant in Philadelphia. He feeds a homeless man there. He takes in a single mom and he gives her a job. He begins to mentor the teenage son of the single mom. And then the teenager and he go to an animal shelter. This scene is in the movie. They go to an animal shelter and they adopt the ugliest, mangiest dog you could possibly imagine. In a movie about boxing, they're trying to tell us that Rocky is the Mother Teresa of all boxers. He hits nobody for the first half hour. And I'm wondering, why are they doing this? Right? Well, here's why. The screenwriters are sitting around at the end of having written this film. They're in a room. They've got their arms folded. They're looking at their film. They see that Rocky has gone 12 rounds. And they're saying to themselves, nobody's clapping. Nobody cares. This movie is not moving anybody. It inspires no one. We have to fix it. But wait a second. It's a story about a character that wants to be the heavyweight champion of the world, overcomes the conflict of training for all of that, and then actually, as in the reservoir scene, he wins the fight. That's a complete movie. But the problem is, it's not inspiring, it's not beautiful, because Rocky hasn't been shown to be a good person. Here's philosophically what they are realizing. They're realizing that success doesn't matter. Success is not the most important ingredient of a compelling story, and therefore, success is not the most ingredient of a compelling or beautiful life. Something else is more important. And when I started realizing this, I thought about something. I thought about my funeral. And I thought, you know, there's a very good chance, if I don't change the way I'm living, that people will sit at my funeral and they'll say this about me. They'll say, Donald Miller sold a lot of books. So what? Who cares? Means nothing. Nobody's inspired. And I'm sitting in the theater of my mind at the end of my life and going, wow, I sold a lot of books. I don't care. It doesn't mean anything to me. I thought it would mean something. I always thought it would mean something. It didn't mean anything to me. Life has to change. Something has to be done differently. And the other thing I learned is that the character in a story is only known by what they actually do. It's our actions that tell our stories, not our words, not our intentions, not our dreams, not what we want, not who we think we are, not who we wish we were. Only what we do. Only our faith that is put into action tells the story. There's a mantra in writing that says, show, don't tell. Show me the character is angry, don't tell me. Show me that the character is loving and kind, don't tell me. There's a scene, it's absurd.